Hi everyone, me again. So just a quick fire update, of course. So things are about the same as before. They're not really any better. Still smoky. Looks to be still around 100 yards. Um, Air quality is still such that, you probably get poisoned if you spend too much time outside. Supposedly it's going to rain heavily tonight, so that might help if it happens, of course. If not, who knows? And then after that, hopefully they open up the state forests and so forth. But anyways, today I'm actually taking a look at that single shot adapter that's available on eBay and Gunbroker, the 3D printed block that goes into the magazine. Pretty nifty, but I've tested quote unquote. I just have some dummy rounds that I've cycled through because, well, because of the aforementioned situation, there hasn't really been much outdoor shooting going on. But anyways, just to kind of show you some of the things I've run it with. So this is a 1929 dated 9128 manufactured by Beretta. This is one that I've owned for before any of this other stuff started becoming available. I bought it from a private party a while ago. As you can see, the stock has been refinished. I didn't do that. That's how it came. So then I have this is a 91 Cavalry carbine that I've rebuilt from a barrel action, at least mostly. I still got a couple pieces missing. But anyways, there's that one. And then we have our 9124 from Buds. By the way, I didn't point it out in my initial review. I didn't even notice it at the time, but there is a stock repair there. I don't know if the Cosmoline kind of camouflaged it, or maybe I just wasn't that observant because I had just received it. But for whatever that's worth, I guess I should have mentioned that in the original if I had noticed it, but that's there. It's pretty seamless. Oh, well, it's not seamless, I guess, but it's really smooth. Like, you can't feel that it's there. So, but I just thought I'd point that out. And then I have my Cavalry carbine that I got from Royal Tiger. I don't have my 9124 from Royal Tiger because it doesn't shoot worth a damn anyway, so I guess I'm not really terribly concerned with how it cycles either. And then I have a spare magazine out as well. That's for demonstration purposes. As far as how it fits, it seems to fit everything really quite well. It went in without any problems for any of these examples. It ejects really quite easily. It ejects with quite a bit of gusto. The ceiling in this room is really quite high and it almost hits the ceiling. So I would suggest, blocking it with your hand or something like that. Just to keep it from going flying. But the only problem I had was with this magazine. This was what was in the gun at first, and this particular rifle, for some reason, it just wouldn't click into place. Like, you could push it until it's further in than it really should even go, and it doesn't seem to fit right, and it was really difficult to even. It just was really rough fitting, I guess you could say, and so I actually had to shove it out through the opening at the bottom of the magazine to get it back out again. So I don't know what it is. I don't really hold it against the product though, because I mean, this is a series of rifles that has been in manufacture for over 50 years, and there's bound to be some variability. And this is a particularly old example. It's an 1894, and somehow with this magazine and this rifle, it just didn't play that well. And I'm sure if I took the time, I could probably figure out where the issue is, but it's fine now with this, especially with this magazine. And the odd thing is when you have this magazine by itself, it locks in there just fine, as you can see. So it's this rifle for some reason. I'm not sure what it is, but between this magazine and this rifle, they just don't seem to agree. That's just how it is for this particular gun, I guess. The one of the problems that it helps eliminate is that for if you have cheap aftermarket clips, like I have a few, what ends up happening is that what's happened to me anyways is on the very last round, what occurs is that it actually is at such an angle that the tip of the bullet is outside the receiver. And so obviously that's not going to feed. And so that eliminates that one, because you can just kind of drop them neatly right where they go. So that's kind of nifty if you, especially if you're having a hard time locating quality clips. So that's one use case for this device. The other one, of course, is as a diagnostic tool to see are your feeding issues related to your clip, or are they related to something else. So I'm going to try this filming. I got one hand with the camera here. But what ends up happening with this guy a lot is that, see, it gets hung up right there. And so this suggests to me that this isn't necessarily a clip problem, because with all the other guys, it really seems to feed quite well. But on this particular example, I get that happening. So, you know, this is kind of would suggest that something else is entirely amiss. Great, now I'm stuck here, of course. There we go. And the other thing that sometimes happens, and it just happened right there, is that it comes in at such an angle that this is actually not getting stuck in the chamber. This is getting stuck against like the chamber face, like outside the barrel. Those first two, it was actually going into the chamber and it was getting stuck there a little further, as I'm sure you saw. And so something is up with this particular rifle. I don't know if it's the extractor or what it is, because this wasn't happening with any of these other rifles. It just seems to be this one. So this is kind of an interesting diagnostic tool, because at first I thought, well, maybe it was the clip issue happening, but it doesn't appear to be the case. And so this is another kind of use case for this thing is, A, eliminates the need for low quality clips, and B is this diagnostic situation. So this time, as you can see, it's actually got stuck in the chamber already. And so, yeah, pretty neat product. I don't know how well it holds up. This is 3D printed from what I gather. I don't know if this material is the toughest that exists out there, but so, you know, only time will tell how well it holds up or if it breaks. They're not terribly expensive. I would say it's a pretty, I would say it's a pretty strong recommendation there. I think it's pretty cool. One of the weaknesses of this entire design is the reliance on these clips. You know, there's been a lot of talk about, oh, is the Carcano really like the best rifle of World War II? And it's just, you know, so vastly underrated. And to me, the issue with the clips here and the need for them to be in good condition and of good quality, pretty heavily affecting reliability. That's kind of what eliminates that for me, as far as like, no, I don't think that these really are, they're really, I mean, they're fine. They're better than their old reputation suggests, but I would certainly stop before saying that these are just amazing rifles. And this is the reason why, because stuff like this, the reliance on the clips kind of holds them back a lot. And not just the reliance on the clips, but whatever's going on, whether it's the extractor here, it's not really something I've experienced much with any other rifle. I mean, everybody kind of likes to knock the Mosin, you know, this garbage rod meme, which if you get your gun knowledge from memes, honestly, just let the adults talk instead. But anyways, never had this happen before. So this is, see, this is one where now it got stuck outside the chamber. It kind of varies. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of a digression, I suppose. But the product itself is actually pretty cool. Works really quite well. Let me see if I can get that. And so, yeah, I would definitely suggest, you know, looking into these things. It's not expensive. It's not like you're gonna, you know, spend a ton of money on it. And yeah, see, and that was probably harder than it needed to be because I'm filming with one hand, but it seems to work really quite decently. So we can try again with this particular rifle. I'm not going to run through all of them just because I don't know what the point is. But as you can see with this one, it seems to work just fine. We don't have the same problem going on. And so, yeah. Cool product. Definitely look into it. That's all I have for you. Thank you for watching.